In today's video, we are going to be talking about how fencing contractors like yourself can quickly eliminate all the competition online without using Yelp, Angie's List, or Home Advisor. Let's dive into today's video session. All right, and so we are going to be reviewing this today. This is our one of our contractor funnels. We're going to be talking about where to drive traffic, how to capture lead information on your website or otherwise a landing page. We'll talk about specifics there, and how you should be utilizing text message marketing and email marketing to schedule more appointments and land more contracting gigs. All right, we're going to talk about best practices with follow-up. If you've ever had somebody that you were texting with, a lead that came in through a form submit on your website that you weren't able to get a hold of, it's probably because you're making some very, very common mistakes. So we are going to dive into that. All right, now the first thing I want to talk about, guys, as a reminder, right, is which marketing channels you should be avoiding at all costs, all right? And one of them is Angie's List, all right? So we talked about this in other videos. We have Angie's List right here, and their messaging literally is do not overpay for contractors. So you guys are familiar with Angie's List, Yelp, and Home Advisor. What happens when you try and run your business, your marketing efforts through these websites, is that you are entering a bid war against your local competitors. It is a race to the bottom of who can provide the cheapest service and the lowest cost quotes, all right? This is great for the consumer, terrible for you as a business owner. And so what we need to do is avoid putting all of our eggs in one basket and relying on those particular platforms to generate leads for our business. All right, now we can also talk about real quickly Google and Google AdWords, as well as SEO. Search engine optimization is right where you show up first in Google Maps here. Local SEO, this is a strategy you should absolutely be implementing. However, right, when we look at Google AdWords, I'm just doing a search for New Jersey fence installation. We have a competitor bidding here, a competitor bidding here, competitor bidding here, and then we have Angie's List. And to be honest, statistically, most people scroll right past advertisements down to the local search section. So it is worthwhile to make sure that your website is optimized from an SEO perspective and that you are showing up here in maps. These are going to be the first listings that that appears on somebody's mobile phone. But what's more important is what happens after you capture a lead. All right. Now, when you capture a lead, this is how you have the opportunity to stand out and absolutely dominate in your local market, is what happens after a lead comes through the pipeline. All right, now the marketing channels that we've spoken about in other videos that would give you an immediate unfair advantage is Facebook advertising and TikTok advertising. The reason is that there is going to be less than one local competitor in your marketplace utilizing these marketing platforms because they are newer marketing platforms. Old school business owners tend to not want to go over to these newer platforms, but this is where the opportunity lies. All right. Facebook ads and TikTok advertising. We can show you what it looks like inside of a Facebook advertising dashboard, but you can target by your service area. Phoenix, Arizona, within a certain mile radius. You can target by age, by gender. You can target by specific demographics like married, all right? Married couples, they have more incentive, right, to install a new fence around their home. They probably have kids they want to keep in the yard and keep safe, and they probably want privacy. We can get very specific with Facebook and TikTok advertising. On TikTok, it's now the fastest growing website online. We know this. There's articles coming out about TikTok's growth left and right. TikTok has over 1 billion monthly users. The demographics are rising, so we're seeing more 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds, and 70-year-olds utilizing TikTok. So your target audience is on here. And actually, more users are now using TikTok as a search engine because they would rather watch a video search result than actually browse a website. These are all things we need to consider in the changing digital marketing landscape. So the way that you can become the leading fence contractor in your city is you need to do things differently. If you are copying your competition, you are going to be competing against your competition. If you want to be the market leader, you need to be an innovator. That puts you in the 1% because you're doing what your competition is not. All right, so TikTok is now displaying content based on proximity. So those homeowners that are nearby you, right, they could actually find your content easier. Again, the easy, more affordable way to drive traffic and to drive leads. All right, the other thing that's really important about Facebook advertising and TikTok advertising that Google advertising does not offer is that you are the only one advertising there. So on Google, people are comparison shopping. If I go back into Google, somebody might click on all three of these websites and submit for a quote. And they are receiving quotes from multiple local competitors, and you are in a bidding war against all of that competition on price and quality. Whereas if you generate exclusive leads on TikTok and Facebook, you control your pipeline. You're not necessarily in competition against any of your local competitors on price, and you can deliver an incredible product and quickly grow your fence contracting business. We do this with clients day in and day out in your space. All right, but let's talk about what you should be doing and opportunities that exist for you once a lead comes into your business. All right, so if we're driving traffic from Facebook and or TikTok advertisements on the left, somebody will see your advertisement in your local service area. They will click that advertisement, and we will drive them to an opt-in page. On this opt-in page, we're giving them very few options of what to do. The primary option is that they submit their information, name, email, and telephone number to you to get in contact with you. All right, now once you have a prospect become a lead, this is where a lot of contractors miss a critical opportunity to establish rapport and build a relationship with the prospect rather than instantly going into selling mode. All right, so somebody that is just now beginning their shopping process for a new fence, they are going to want to see photos. They are going to want to hear about pricing. They're going to want to hear about different fencing options available to them. They might want to sit down with you over a Zoom meeting and have you walk them through different before and after photos so they can see the quality of your work. All of these things most likely need to take place before your prospect is going to be willing to have you out to their property to actually survey their yard, their land, and actually quote them on the particular project. All right, these are all ways that you build rapport. Right, you are dating the prospect before you ask for marriage. This is a big purchase for a lot of homeowners. All right, so when a lead comes in, a text message should instantly be sent out to the prospect. In that text message, you should remind them who you are. You should give them your contact information, and you should also be quickly establishing what your core message is, which is essentially your core message should be how you are different, unique, and better than every other fence installation company in the market. So if you have a special line of fencing that you offer that your competition doesn't, you should be highlighting that. If you have better pricing, you should be highlighting that. If you're able to come out and service the prospect faster than your bigger competition, you should be highlighting that. But we want to make it very clear to the prospect that they have made a great choice by contacting you. All right. If you offer funding or financing options, we want to make that known to them right away. We do want to send them gallery photos so they have an opportunity to see more of your work, right, and fall in love with the concept of what their yard could look like with you coming in to help them out with a new fence. So including before and after photos is highly, highly recommended. Oftentimes, it's very strategic to offer up a Zoom meeting where the prospect can meet you from the comfort of their home after hours or even during the workday. You can walk them through sample photos of the work that you do and answer any questions they might have. People do not buy these homeowners will not purchase a fence from you, will not commit to having you out to their house until all of their questions are answered, or at least the initial first questions where there's a comfort level built. So getting on a call with them, getting on a Zoom call where they can see you and hear you and you can demonstrate and show them photos is a really, really fantastic way to build trust with your prospect. And we can tell you right now that 99% of fencing contractors are not utilizing Zoom. And so this is another way to make a powerful first impression. All right, the other thing that you should be doing is running retargeting ads. All right, retargeting ads are advertisements on Facebook, on TikTok, on social media platforms that are following a potential prospect around the web. So if you've ever been to Amazon and you looked at a pair of shoes, you might have noticed you received an advertisement reminding you to purchase those shoes. All right, retargeting ads are very inexpensive to run, but highly effective. All right, and the reason is because sometimes to purchase a fence, it can be a longer buying cycle. There's a lot of discussion between the family, the partners, and so forth. And so it's important to stay top of mind, especially if your prospect is seeking out multiple quotes from competition. the individual, the company that stays top of mind is most likely going to win the bid. One of the best ways to do that is with retargeting ads. So if you are not running retargeting ads, we highly recommend you do so. Now, again, once a prospect comes in as a lead, a text message should instantly be sent out to them so they can easily and always very quickly on their cell phone place a phone call to you, ask questions, and move further along in the process of having you come out for an appointment. Emails should be going to them that, again, are showing case studies, before and after photos of your work, highlighting which different types of fencing selections and offers that you have available to them. And it should be also mentioning any type of pricing questions that they might have, or a ballpark of pricing. All right. Now, all of this can be a lot of manual work to do. However, all of this can also be automated. So if you have the right automation sequences set up from a technological standpoint, all of this can happen behind the scenes. And with every text message and email that you send, the goal is to build more trust and rapport, and is to get the prospect to schedule a Zoom meeting with you, a telephone conference with you, or otherwise an in-person meeting at their home with you as well. All right, so there is a goal behind every text message and email that is sent. Again, you can do this manually, but we highly recommend using a third-party service where you can automate all of these text messages and emails that go out to your prospects, because we know you're very busy on the job. We know you're very busy managing different clients, different projects. And one of the worst things that you can do is lose track of a high-quality prospect that is interested in your service. As soon as the prospect realizes you have lost track of them, they have lost interest in hiring you as a fence contractor. So it's really important that you stay organized. The best way to do that is with a CRM, and to automate your follow-up process so you can focus on just those individuals who have been nurtured enough and are ready to have you come meet them for an in-person visit. All right, so just a few different strategies for you here along that follow-up process, but this is one of the fastest and surefire ways to beat any of your competition in your local market. Is one, to move your marketing to the platforms of Facebook and TikTok. All right, and then three, automate your follow-up, get very strategic with your follow-up, use Zoom communications, before and after photos, mention financing and funding, definitely provide gallery photos, nurture the prospect, and follow up with your leads subsequently. All right, so all of this can be done. There's different platforms to set this all up online. The big key, right, is that you need to hop into Facebook advertising, TikTok advertising right now before your competition does. Already in a local market, there will be about one or two of your competitors on Facebook. Right now, you have almost guaranteed zero competitors advertising on TikTok. So there's massive, massive opportunities for you as a fence contractor to be had. So hop on over into those platforms, get your ads up and running, steal the market while you can before everybody else catches on to this massive, massive opportunity. And if at any point in time you need help putting together these campaigns, this is what we specialize in. You can go ahead and contact us by visiting our website at contractorlegacy365.com. That's contractorlegacy365.com. There is a link beneath this video as well, but we do offer a 30-day free marketing trial, so we can go ahead and prove to you how many leads and how much new business we can generate for you to make you the #1 fencing contractor in your local city or town. That is it for this video, guys. I hope this was helpful. We'll see you in the next one.